Howdy folks, Tyler with MetGraphics here. In this video I'm going to show you how to utilize the map pane forecast. Basically this is a forecast template with MG maps embedded in it. It's currently only available to premium members, but at some point I'll get this polished and finished. But for now, if you have premium, you can access this and use it if you have Photoshop. It does require Photoshop because MG maps is embedded in this file. So to begin, you're probably going to want to adjust the map. And I should also mention, the reason that there's only one tile when you open this, no matter what variation it is because you first need to set the map to your forecast area before you duplicate the tile as many times as you want. For, if you want a 3-day forecast, you're going to duplicate this 2 more times. Or if you want to forecast 5 days, you can duplicate this 4 more times, and you'll have 5 total tiles. So again, to begin, let's zoom the map. So you're going to want to navigate through the tile grouping here. Down here in the container group, you'll see the map once again. And this is the main map group, so everything you want to do to the map will happen in here. So to adjust the zoom of the map, just hit Control-T again with the map group selected. And if you want to zoom out, enter a value less than 100%. If you want to zoom in, a value over 100%. If you've used MG maps, that makes sense, but if you haven't, then that's a quick kind of learning curve. So let's zoom this out slightly. Let's put the 90% in here. So now that we've zoomed the map out a tad bit, again, you can zoom this in or out however much you want. To move the map, you just click and drag. Drag to the right if you want to move the map west, or drag the map left if you want to move the map east. Or again, you can drag down to go north or up to go south. So I'll move it over here to California because I live out here. Might as well. I zoom it out slightly more so we can see more of the state. A quick little tip too, if you want to only display a few cities on the map, or I guess I should say if you want to refine the visible cities to just a small area and there's other cities outside of the small area you want to not be visible, you could use the selection tool up here and grab the cities group, select the cities you want to display, and you can hit the apply layer mask icon down there, and that way, as an example I'll show you, that'll be the only visible cities once you move that around. But you can also, or if you don't want that, you can delete it, and then when you move it around, all the cities will come back. So let's turn that back on. As you can see, Medford and Reno disappear. So there's a visual effect layer in here that you may or may not want, and that's the inner glow. I think if you're forecasting a landlocked area, the inner glow kind of helps the whole setup look a little bit better. But if you're forecasting for an area that's coastal or has like a giant lake that kind of cuts through the borders of the forecast tile, you can just disable this if you want. So now let's assume that you have the forecast tile, the map itself, set to where you want. The next step would be to duplicate the tile here as many times as you want, depending on how many days you're forecasting. So for this example, we'll just say I'm forecasting 3 days. So to duplicate this, the easiest way, make sure you have the move tool selected. So deselect this if it is selected. Hold Control and Shift on your keyboard, and then click and drag the map tile. So there's 2, do it one more time for 3, and of course you're going to want to kind of center these or distribute the spacing properly, but for the sake of the tutorial we won't do that right now. So I guess the main thing next would be for you to rename these days here. So the next step would be you painting fills for whatever it is you're forecasting. I'll just assume we're forecasting precipitation. Let's put 1, 2, 3 just to help figure out which tile is which day. So we'll go ahead and expand the first day. So I'm going to head down here to map fills for the first day, expand this, grab the brush tool, do kind of a relatively soft brush here, map fills, landlocked, and then this final layer here is where you can paint your fills. Sweet, and that's kind of the basics on figuring out how to utilize the map-based forecast template.